Okay, let us start by prayers. Um, ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna to everyone. Um, Today, before going to our verse, let us discuss about firstly moksha or mukti, or in other words, we say liberation. So, I hope every one of you must have heard this word mukta, moksha, liberation. Can you raise your hands? You must have heard through your elders, relatives. Yes. So everyone, like whoever I've told that word, they must have said that if I do this good activity, I'll get moksha, or if I get this if I do this if I do good things, I'll get liberated. But what exactly is liberation? Can anyone tell what exactly is liberation? So Pratik has raised the hand. Can you tell? Okay. What exactly is liberation? Going back to Godhead is yes. Yes. Krishna Sumant has told no more birth and death. So, mukti means no birth and no death. But why we should not have any birth and death? Why we should put an end to the cycle of birth and death? We must feel that right now I'm happy. I have good friends. I have good education. My parents are very nice. I go out, hang out with my friends, enjoy my life. Everything is going good, but why should I end this life of birth and death? End this cycle of birth and death? We see
to
that. Uh,
to eliminate sufferings. If we take any other form, we'll get suffering.
Okay. So but right now we are not suffering anything. Few people are enjoying their life to the most. But why we should end this cycle? We see that during birth, we see when a child takes birth, everyone around the child related to the child are very happy. They are greeting happy birthday. They are like very happy, wishing everyone congratulations, all that things. But except for one person, that one person is crying. Who is that one person?
Mataji, the new one comes.
Yeah, exactly. So the child is crying. Why the child is crying? When there is suffering, only we cry. So why the child is crying? The scientists say that in the womb there are so many acids. There are so many insects which are continuously biting the baby in the womb, and it is very packed. See, if we keep someone in a very small cage without they are not able to move their hands and legs, so it is a miserable state, right? So even the baby during that state, when it is in the womb, it is very miserable. It is unable to come out and it is unable to eat properly. It is in one position, so congested. It is suffering, and so many insects are biting the baby constantly. So it is suffering so much. So it is not a very pleasurable situation for the baby. But we must think that we have taken birth, and I don't even remember that I suffered during that time. Then why should I end the life, end the cycle of birth and death? Because death is awaiting us. Can anyone say that with guarantee? Can anyone say that today I'm not going to die? We Death can come at any time. For example, and death is the ultimate suffering we get. When death comes, we suffer so much. It is a miserable state of miserable condition. Why? See, if I take your mobile and break it into pieces, will you be happy or sad? If I take your laptop and if I break it, or if I snatch away your car, and if I kill some of your relatives or your closed ones, will you be happy or sad? For this pity things only, we are very angry, we are agitated, we are sad, we are unhappy. But just imagine during death, every single thing is snatched away from us. Not just our phones, laptops, relatives, every single thing, whatever we are related to, is snatched away from us. So during that time, we experience the ultimate suffering. Everything is lost. Whatever, every single drop which is related to us is snatched away. So we understand that suffering is death is also a kind of miserable condition. So that is why we have to end this cycle of birth and death. Again, only intelligent person will feel that why should I keep on rotating in this cycle of birth and death? Is there no other way to go out of it? Is there no other purpose to my life? Or should I just grow up, study, marry, and die one day? Death will come and take away everything. Why should I suffer? Why should I work hard day and night just so that death comes one day and snatches away everything? So, intelligent person will think like this. Or is there any other purpose? And how to end the cycle of birth and death? So, for those people, there is one solution. The solution to end is that we have no more desires during the death. We have heard since now in Bhagavad Gita that till now that at the end of the life, whatever we are thinking, whatever we are desiring, to that place we go. The next destination of us is that. So if we are desiring to eat non-veg, so we take birth as a lion, so we can eat non-veg without any limitations. So many things are there. So, but to end the life, we have to have no desires. How will not have any desires? By having, how will not have no further desires is that when we are internally satisfied. How we are internally satisfied is when our soul is satisfied. See, we may see satisfaction of soul is considered to be diamond, and the material satisfaction, like for a small boy, the toys give so much pleasure. For a grown-up man, the education, ranks, so many things, so many other things give so much pleasure. So at different stages of life, we have different desires. And there's no limitation to the desire. If one desire goes down, if we try to reduce one desire, another desire pops up. So, how to have no more desires? We can only by getting satisfied, only by internal satisfaction, only when the soul is satisfied. And when is the soul satisfied? When we have pure love for Godhead, that is when the soul is satisfied. Just like a fish a fish only lives in water. When it is taken out of the water, it is not satisfied and it is ultimately wanting to be in water. Just like that, when our soul is doing all the material things, it is not at all satisfied like a fish outside water. When we engage our soul in loving Krishna, that is when the soul becomes satisfied. So, what to do? How to make the soul satisfied? Is through pure loving devotional service to the Lord and establishing a relationship with Lord. And how to establish the relationship is told in this today's verse. So, we will go to today's verse. Okay. Can anyone repeat after me? Machchitta madgata prana.
Machchita Madgata Prana
Bodhayanta parasparam.
Bodhayanta Parasparam
Katayantascha mam nityam.
Katayantascha Mam Nityam
Tusyanti cha ramanti cha.
Tusyanti Cha Ramanti Cha.
Thank you. So, what is explained here? Machchitta means their minds fully engaged in me. Me is referred to Krishna, okay? And Madgata Prana. Their lives are devoted to me. Bodhayanta Parasparam. One second. Okay. Bodhayanta means preaching. Parasparam means among themselves. Katayanta, talking. Cha, also. Mam, about me. Nityam, perpetually. Tusyanti, become pleased. Cha, also. Ramanti, enjoy transcendental bliss. Okay, so let me read the translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another, conversing about me. Purport. Let me read from here. In the preliminary stage of devotional service, they relish the transcendental pleasure from service itself, and in the mature stage, they are actually situated in love of God. Once situated in the transcendental position, they can relish the highest perfection which is exhibited by the Lord in his abode. Lord Chaitanya likens transcendental devotional service to the sowing of a seed in the heart of the living entity. There are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe, and out of them there are only few who are fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee and get a chance to understand devotional service. This devotional service is just like a seed, and if it is sown in the heart of the living entity, and if he goes on hearing and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that seed fructifies just as the seed of the tree fructifies with a regular watering. Okay. So, in this verse, they are telling about the seed. They are talking about the seed. And what is that seed? Before going to that, we see that there are so many living entities who are just roaming here and there without any purpose. But only few, very, very few of them, like 100 in a million, like that, not even that much, even more less maybe, they are fortunate enough to get a chance, one chance, or like just a small opportunity to meet a pure devotee. And what happens when they meet a pure devotee? When they hear from that devotee about Krishna or pastimes of Krishna, they receive some desire. They get some desire to love Krishna, or they get some desire to serve Krishna by hearing from the devotee. So that is when a seed is sown in our heart. Means a desire to love Krishna, to know about Krishna, to serve Krishna. And you see, on a Sunday evening, there's these devotees, they are very fortunate enough. They might have chosen to go out and roam around, but you all have chosen to come and hear about Krishna. So that is the seed is already planted in your hearts. So what we have to do with that seed? Now that we have the seed, we have to water it. So what is watering a seed in bhakti? We have to constantly hear, chant the holy names of Krishna, and try to remember Krishna. See, chanting can be done like just muttering sound, but our mind is wandering somewhere else. That can be chanting, but that is not remembering Krishna. The main purpose of bhakti is to constantly remember Krishna. So, chanting, even while chanting, we have to remember Krishna. Even while doing anything, we have to remember Krishna. So, by constantly watering, by hearing from few devotees about Krishna, pastimes of Krishna, what happens when we hear about pastimes of Krishna? We get the desire to serve Krishna. See, if we hear pastimes of Hanuman, we can see that he is always serving Lord Ram. He is not that, okay, now I will take rest. He is not taking rest at any moment. He is constantly serving, constantly remembering Lord Ram. And is he sad or morose or anything? No, Hanuman is completely satisfied. So, if we hear those stories, pastimes, then we'll also get the desire to serve Lord. Like how Hanuman is serving, like how gopis are serving Krishna. Even gopis are always remember 24 by 7 remembering Krishna. So when we hear about their pastimes, we get the desire to hear more, know about Krishna, and serve Krishna. So that's how we have to water the plant more and more and more. When we do like that, and also parallelly, we have to chant, and whatever we are hearing about Krishna, we have to spread it to others. We should not be like a Dead Sea. You know about Dead Sea that there's no life in a Dead Sea. It just collects the water and it will not release the water. It just keeps accumulates the water. So what happens? There's no life. There's no flow. So when you receive pastimes, when you receive mercy by hearing pastimes, you also have to share it with others. And when you do so, Krishna will be pleased because you are ending the cycle of birth and death of some other person. So Krishna pushes himself towards establishing a relationship with you. So when you keep on doing this, keep on watering the seed which you have received by constantly hearing, chanting, and remembering, trying to remember Krishna, then the plant, it grows through material world, and it penetrates to the realm of material world, and it goes above, and above we have spiritual worlds, and it goes and goes and goes and goes through Brahmajyoti, through Vaikuntha Loka, and ultimately it reaches Golokan, and the tree rests under the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And what will happen at that time? We get the fruit of the tree which we are watering, and that fruit refers to our relationship with Krishna. That time, when we that time we will be able to have a relationship with Krishna, like how, for example, Hanuman is having a relationship with Lord Ram, like how gopis are having relationship with Krishna, like how Prahlad Maharaj is having relationship with Narsingadev. Like in the same way, we'll also establish a relationship with Krishna. And it is said in Shastras that that time we will actually see Krishna. We'll actually participate in Krishna's pastimes. And that is the highest goal of our life. And it is said in Shastras that that gives the ultimate pleasure. There's no pleasure which is equivalent to that pleasure. See now some material things, for example, if we are wanting to earn some 1 crore of rupees, we keep on desiring to earn 1 crore of rupees. But if you see, after if we take after 20 years from now, that 1 crore is nothing. It may be like some lakhs during that time. 1 crore has no value after 20 years. Some 100 crores like that might have value. So our desire is useless. So the desires keep coming and going. These are just like stones. We have to desire for the diamond, which is ultimately loving Krishna. And what is love? We have to serve without expecting anything in return. That is called love. So, so what did we discuss? What is the process we have to follow? One is smaranam. Smaranam means always remembering Krishna. How can we do smaranam? By constantly hearing about Krishna, like knowing more about Krishna, and also after knowing the pastimes of Krishna, we have to do kirtanam. Kirtanam means sharing it with others, discussing with others, and chanting Krishna's holy names attentively, and we have to be in association of devotees who inspires us in loving Krishna. Because when we see someone when we see in material world also, if we see some hero, celebrity or cricketer, we feel that whatever they are doing, we get inspired by that, and we also tend to follow like what they are doing. So in the same way, in bhakti process also, if we see some pure devotee who is very pleasant, very happy in serving Krishna, then we'll also get the desire to serve Krishna. So association helps us helps one another grow more and more in bhakti. So whenever you have opportunity, try to engage yourselves with devotees, like-minded devotees, and share your pastimes, whatever you know about Krishna, and that's how you are growing your tree. And our tree is just in the ground surface level. If we are constantly sincerely doing this, it will one day reach golok, and we'll be able to see Krishna. So this should be the ultimate goal, and this is the process: Maran, Kirtan, and Shravan. So this ends today's verse. Any doubts anyone has? You can raise your hands and you can ask. Okay, Shravanam means hearing. Smaranam means remembering. You can note it down. Smaranam means remembering Krishna. Shravanam means hearing about Krishna. Like you're hearing about how to do bhakti, what is the process, and all. So this is also Shravanam. Means you are putting an effort to learn about the process to ultimately please Krishna. So this is Shravanam. And Kirtanam means chanting and also spreading, sharing the message which you have learned with others. Any other questions? Okay, Pratik can ask. You can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I want to ask that if I want to join a few more student, I want to join my classmates. So how can I start with that? How can I join in Bhakti them?
You want to join that person to Bhagavad Gita course or uh,
I want to connect them from Bhakti. That
okay.
yes,
So
Mataji.
you can ask them to join the Bhagavad Gita classes, or you can come to our place, and every Sunday or so you can come and hear the lectures. Or maybe you can ask that person to start chanting, or you can just ask them to join this Bhagavad Gita course.
Mataji, just I'm in UP, Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur. And
Okay.
where are you? In which state?
We are in Hyderabad.
Yes, ma'am, Mataji, that's I'm knowing, but I want to
Yeah,
confirm.
you can still join online. Like this Bhagavad Gita course is very basic level, so they can understand from basic level. It will be nice if they understand through basic level.
Okay, Mataji, I will ask them.
Okay,
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
thank you. Any questions? You can ask now, or you can post in the group as well. We can answer from the group. Okay, if no questions, I can end the meeting. Thank